Okay, so welcome in. Today's class is called Trataka. It is a ancient yogic candle gazing or flame gazing practice. We're going to talk a little bit about the context of it, the history of it, and then we're also going to practice doing it. I would love to know if any of you guys have ever done this before. Has anyone done a flame meditation, candle meditation before? This practice exists in a lot of different cultural contexts. So some of you might have practiced it just intuitively. You might have done it in kind of like a witchcraft sense with watching the flame. Yeah, exactly, Genesis, like gazing at the flame. Very common to do in witchcraft, to watch what the flame communicates and things. So there is a beautiful history of this practice throughout many traditions, because it is nature-based, right? It is nature-based and it is not bound to any name or creed or religion. It is an energetic science. It is an elemental science. So let's take a little look-see at our history here. So this practice is called in the yogic tradition in Sanskrit, we call this practice Trataka. And this is a practice that has a multitude of benefits. We're going to look at spiritual and physical benefits to it. So let's take a little look at what this is all about, why you should care about it, why you would want to practice it. So, Trataka is an ancient yogic technique. You will find this technique in some of the oldest human records on planet Earth. This practice is written about in quite literally the oldest written texts of human history. And the Sanskrit word Trataka means to gaze steadily, to gaze in a restful awareness on something. And this practice particularly is a considered a shat karma or a purification, a detox technique, actually. It is one of the primary yogic and Ayurvedic techniques for purification of the senses and purification of the body. How? Why? Right? Trataka is considered a purification for our eyes. Our sense organ, right? Our sense organ of the eyes is one of our primary doorways to the mind. It is one of the easiest ways that our attention gets pulled, and it is one of the primary ways our thoughts and emotions are generated, is through our sense of sight, through vision, right? Through what we're witnessing in the world. That invokes particular opinions, perspectives, and thoughts in us. So, in the Dharmic tradition, we have daily practices to cleanse and regenerate our senses, to give them the chance to actually rest and rejuvenate and purify themselves. So, Trataka is a way to cleanse the sense of sight, to cleanse our vision. But not only is it just this quite literal sense of sight and vision, it is also the element of fire in us, right? The element of fire and the kind of metaphysical side of vision and the flame is our sense of intuition, our third eye, our inner knowing, our clairvoyance, and our ability to focus, to have a single pointed awareness. And this is a practice that is so essential for our spiritual well-being as well as our emotional well-being because yes, like we also have to embrace that we are very multidimensional, neurospicy people, right? Most of us here can have very like ADHD, multidimensional minds. I am one of them. I get it. And I will say, even more so, these kind of practices have been so medicinal for a mind like mine because I needed these, I needed even more these technologies to center myself, to anchor myself in everything that I am, right? In everything that I perceive. And I'm sure you guys relate to that. And so the beautiful thing about these practices is that they're not violent. We're not trying to beat ourselves into submission and say, meditate in the silence, right? Like Stay focused. Why is your mind running? And it's so easy to get into that pattern with meditation. And I think that's a reason why so many neurospicy beings really resist meditation practices because the way that meditation is being taught, it's being taught one little fraction of what it is, which is you sitting in dead silence. There are many, many different meditation techniques and approaches in the Dharmic tradition outside of just asking you to sit in silence. And in this day and age, in 2025, in this yuga of human consciousness, it is near impossible to practice silent meditation. So if this is a practice that is very hard for you, you're not alone, you're not broken, and this is only a reflection of the way that our consciousness as a collective is changing and evolving. And the level of stimulation that we have in this modern age, we need points that can pull us into awareness. So this is a beautiful visual representation of a single pointed awareness. And it's mesmerizing. It naturally pulls our mind and our consciousness in our DNA, right? Because humans have been working with fire from time immemorial. This is one of the oldest practices on earth, right? Is sitting with the fire. We have been sitting with the fire as long as we have been called human beings, right? So this is a beautiful practice to bring our mind and our emotions to center. But even more so, there is some really cool metaphysical benefits, guys, that I wanna I wanna talk to you guys about. So Trataka in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, one of the oldest yogic scriptures, it talks about in Sanskrit saying that this practice eradicates all diseases of the eyes and brings forth clairvoyance. This is quite literally given as a technique to activate our psychic senses, to activate particularly our third eye, our ability to see without seeing, to see beyond the 3D. Our third eye is a very real thing, and it allows us to see beyond just what the material plane is showing us. It allows us to see the metaphysical reality, right? So this practice today is a beautiful technology to awaken your third eye. So now you know if you want to work on that, if you want to just tune into that component of yourself, this is an incredible practice for that. And from the Ayurvedic standpoint, this practice is amazing for calming Vata dosha, the air element, because it is activating this warmth, right? This light, this inner fire, this Agni inside of us. And it's helping to focus, organize, and concentrate our mental energy. And there are many times in our life we need this, truthfully, right? So maybe you're sitting down and you're like, hey, this week I really need to finish the poetry that I was writing. And it's just feeling like so hard for you to sit down and do it, even though everything in you wants to do it. Practice Trataka, right? It is a great way to have a breakthrough for that resistance and come out to the other side of the focus, the concentration that you want to channel yourself into. You want to channel your will into. And from the tantric perspective, fire, right? The flame is a portal. It is the element of transformation. It is the element of alchemy, right? And we are training our mind to illuminate, right? To bring illumination, not only to things outside of us, to be able to see things really for what they are, but illumination in the sense of inner illumination as well, right? Seeing the dark parts of ourselves that have been hiding from us, the things that have been sneaking in the corners of our inner self, in our inner space, in our consciousness, and bring light to those areas so that we can see and love and learn from them. So let's see here. Next. So what's really cool is that as we mentioned in the beginning of this class, this is not just a Dharmic tradition, right? This is a human tradition. The Tibetans gaze at lamps for devotional practices. The Egyptian temple priests did a very similar practice, which is very cool. Since we were just there in Veronica, you are still there, and that is your lineage. especially for oracles, right, or channelers would be working a lot with the flame and gazing at the flame, sitting with the flame. And of course, right, a lot of indigenous tribes use fire meditation to enter trance, right? To enter a trance-like state of consciousness, to open our channel to messages from spirit. All of these, all of these are very true and very real testimonials of this simple but powerful practice. So let's look a little bit more at the benefits and then we're going to get started. Yeah, this is one of the most amazing side effects of this practice is increased focus and concentration in a very healthy, natural way without force, right? It helps to improve our mental clarity, giving us the the mental organization that we long for. It helps to strengthen our actual eyesight. It helps to purify cataracts, astigmatism, improve vision, glaucoma. It helps with anxiety and racing thoughts. Really good for calming the mind from anxiety, from monkey mind, kind of hamster on the wheel, mental states. And it helps to really unlock our Anya chakra, our third eye, our intuition. And of course, it really deepens our connection to our own practice because it is a beautiful tool that we can use that instead of just, again, forcing ourselves into submission or trying these, meditational practices that might not be so resonant for us, this might end up being something that works really, really well for you. And I hope that some of you guys have that experience where you're like, wow, all of a sudden, like that was really seamless for me, right? It felt really good. I really enjoyed the presence and the peace and the stability that this practice brought me. So I hope that you experienced that today. So all of the vrittis in the yogic scriptures, one of the most famous lines from the Yoga Sutras is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga reduces the fluctuations, the movements of the mind. So Trataka as well reduces these vrittis, these fluctuations, we call them in consciousness. It helps to stabilize those waves. It's cleansing our eyes, right? And so we're going to have the physical process of the outer gaze at the flame, which we're about to get into, and we're going to be alternating gazing at the flame and then gazing at an internal flame. There's a reason I also wore my tilak today because I wanted to show you that there is a reason, another really interesting kind of spirit science reason why Hindus do what they do. The bindi, right? The bindi sits on the third eye to bring subtle awareness to our third eye, to help us always remember to see from the right view, to see from all three eyes, not just from two. And this particular bindi is called a tilak. It's a teardrop shape, but it's also the shape of a flame. You see that? It's like the shape of a flame. And that is literally what it is made after, is to bring that fire into the third eye of the awakened third eye, the power of Shakti, the power of illumination. So as we're getting started, if you would like to put a bindi on, I highly encourage it. It is, by the way, it's not cultural appropriation. It is cultural appreciation and spiritual context and practice. Dharmic tradition is an open source tradition. There is no conversion and it is not a religion. And the bindi is from this tradition itself, this living tradition, which you're learning here, the Dharmic path. This is not a fashion accessory. This is the original context of wearing a bindi. It has become a fashion thing over the years, just like most things do, right? They change form. But this is the spiritual essence of the practice. So what you can do, I know a lot of you probably do not have this red vermilion powder, but what it is actually, you might not know this, is turmeric. This is turmeric. This is oxidized turmeric. So what you can do if you would like to, before we get started, you can get turmeric powder, even whatever you have at your house or in your spice section, and you just get a little bit of water on your finger, dip your finger in the turmeric and put it on your third eye. You can either do a dot or you can pull it up like so, like a flame. You can dot or you can do and a line up. So I will let you do that. And the other thing is, as you guys are getting that, please get your flames ready. So you can either get a candle if that's what you have. Best option, if you do have it, If you have ghee by any chance, if you have ghee in your house or in your kitchen, clarified butter, you can put a little bit with a wick and let that burn. If you don't have that going forward, now you know you can, if you get that, it's really beautiful because it's very healing for the eyes. Particularly the ghee is really nice for your eyes. But you can still do it with any flame. You can do it with a regular candle, whatever you got. So please get your candles, your flames ready.
P. Does
Yeah,
it have to be like turmeric powder or anything? Can I just do like a like oil, essential oil right here?
sure. Yeah, that's it. That's a great alternative if you don't have turmeric. You can do
Okay.
essential oil. Yeah. Because it'll bring a nice, gentle weight, right? We're bringing just a very subtle weight to the third eye.
I have frankincense and clary sage, and I have a whole bunch, but that's just what I have on hand in my room right now.
Nice. Do frankincense. That'll be good. So yes, let me know when you guys are ready, and please, if you can, it will be even more powerful to have um, our cameras on together for this, so we can all see everybody's flames, and I think that'll be really beautiful. So once you're ready, just turn your camera on if you can, and we'll all sit with our candles together, and we'll get started. Mhm.
I'm so sad I don't have a candle at the moment.
Well, you can look at mine or someone else's then. That is totally fine.
Okay, I'm gonna look at yours.
We're sharing the practice for a reason. I'm gonna prop mine up so you can see it in 1 second. Mhm. So yeah, just let me know when you guys are all ready. No worries, you can just share the space with us, Laramie. I'll give us 1 more minute and then we'll get rolling. I'm gonna put in some binaural beats in the background. Mm. This practice is just so soothing and comforting. It's really a lovely practice. Feels like a hug, a warm hug from Goddess. Okay, let me see if I can get my audio going. Wait, I want to do share sound. Okay, sorry, 1 sec, guys. Okay. Where's my Zoom? Hopefully everybody's ready now. If you can, turn your cameras on, please. It'll be so lovely to see you. You do not need to look any type of way. I literally have nothing on other than my bindi. And I was like, you know what? I don't even think about it. I don't even second guess it anymore. I don't care at all because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. Why isn't this letting me share? Ah, okay. Here we go. Can we see, guys? Can you see it again? Okay. So just a little outline for your brains. Yes, I can see you, Jotina. Thank you. Just a little outline for your brains of what we're going to do, right? So we're going to be transitioning. We're going to be watching our candles or someone else's candle if you don't have one, gazing at that, ideally at eye level. For me, it's going to be like 1 foot below my eyes since I'm sitting at the desk right now. And I'm gonna raise it up so you guys can see it who don't have one. I'll have it on this and I'll let it burn right here. So ideally we want to have it around our eye level and 1 to 2 feet away from us. So right, like arm's length, right about arm's length in front of you, you want to have your candle. That's a good distance to benefit your eyes and not be too close. Okay, so 1 to 2 feet arm's length away. Ideally, let's turn our other lights off if possible so you can focus on the flame or at least dim them. We're going to sit straight, very important, keeping our head, neck, and spine aligned so we can really let the energies flow in a steady way through our channels. And all you're gonna do is gonna enjoy the little frequencies playing. And all you're going to do is watch the flame. You don't need to squint. You don't need to go like this and concentrate so hard on the flame. No, actually, you should just soften your gaze. Let it relax. Soft and steady. So it's like you're just gazing at a lover, just looking at the flame gently, taking it in, looking at its beauty, looking how it moves and changes and transforms. And as we go into the practice, you might notice your eyes water. That's very normal. It is okay. It is healthy. And actually, that's part of the detox process that's happening, helping your eyes cleanse. So if tears fall, no worries. It's beautiful. Let it happen, okay? All right. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? So now let me just share our music. And we will get rolling. All right, it is time. I love seeing everybody set up. So nice. Okay. Can you guys hear the music? You guys hear? Yeah? Awesome. You can still hear me okay? Beautiful. So let's light it up, baby. Light up your flames. And we're going to begin. Just going to prop this here so you guys can see. All right. So placing your flame arm's length in front of you, 2 feet in front of you, letting your gaze relax and soften on the flame. Restful awareness. Bring restful awareness. Just starting to watch it with curiosity, with love, with tenderness. Inhalation through the nose, filling the belly all the way up. Exhaling slowly and gently through the nose. Inhaling slowly and deeply. Exhaling slowly. Let yourself ground down more into your body, to the present moment here, sitting with this beautiful element of fire, representing the light, the illumination inside of us. Letting our consciousness dance with the flame as it moves and changes and transforms. Letting your gaze be soft and steady and unbroken. And as you're gazing at the flame, gaze at it through all 3 eyes, not just the 2 eyes, but bringing that restful awareness of the 3rd eye, also gazing out at this flame. Your eyes begin to water or experience anything. It's okay, just let it. sitting in presence and in oneness with the fire element here in front of us. Letting it gently and lovingly cleanse our minds, our hearts. Feeling the cords of energy in the third eye, the flame, the two eyes and the flame. Now closing your eyes and bringing your inner gaze, your inner vision gently to the third eye. Visualizing that inner flame, that flame now dancing in the brow center. Letting that light illuminate and awaken the third eye. Noticing how it might change shapes or colors, how it's transforming and what it's showing you. A gentle, restful awareness on the third eye, the light there. Breathing slowly and deeply, letting the inner light grow and warm and illuminate us with every breath. As your eyes are still closed, you might notice that this inner flame, this inner light disappears or starts to dissolve on its own, or maybe transforms to different form. Watching, witnessing, whatever the movements are. Gently opening your eyes, returning to your flame. Letting that lazy, soft gaze settle on your candle in front of you. Reunited again with this outer light. Melting into more and more oneness, fire. witnessing its activation and initiation for us. Mind strength back, noticing messages and flame. What is it starting to show you? Breathing slowly and deeply, letting the lungs and the belly fill all the way up with every breath, and letting everything go. Each exhale. Flame with all three eyes. Letting the warmth of this fire melt our coldness or barriers around the heart. Walls and identities. Gently closing the eyes again. Resting the vision gently on the third eye. That inner flame still near the third eye, the brow center. More and more stillness. Abundance of light. Allowing the eyes to be cooled, nourished in the womb of darkness. Prepare to open our eyes for one last round. Opening, gaze softly and gently again, covered by the flame. For one last encounter, one last love affair. Gazing deeply into the flame. See what we need to see. allowing any messages to come through. Melting into the flame. Letting all the channels get purified. And in this last minute, I want you to visualize anything that you want to hand over, offer over to the flame, let go, to give as an offering. And I'll begin to chant the mantra of offering to the fire, Svaha. And on every Svaha, you have the opportunity to set something down, to give it over to the fire as an offering. Svaha. 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 Closing the eyes for one last time. Sitting in restful awareness. Feeling the sense of stillness, silence, expanding naturally inside of us. Letting go of any technique and letting the flame continue to expand and expand inside until it dissolves everything. Till everything is consumed by the light and the spaciousness. Giving your last gratitude to Agni, to the fire element, to Tejas, the illumination. your Atma, yourself, your consciousness, for being here in this practice. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wiggling your fingers, opening your eyes when you're ready. Coming back gently. All right. Just going back to screen share. So, in these last few minutes, I'd like you to start thinking about these questions. And if you want to stay in silence and integrate them, that is totally okay. If you want to share out loud or in the chat, would love that as well. So what's surfaced for you in this stillness? And I would say even more importantly, how did it feel to be in that stillness? If anyone wants to share, feel free. Oh, that's beautiful, Laramie. Some cord cutting, it sounds like, clearing away. Yeah, I understand that, Jotina. I mean, the truth is, it is our nature, but we're almost never there. We're never in it. So our self at the highest level, at the, the soul level, we crave it, we really crave it. So when we get a taste of it, it's like water in the desert. And what did you learn from the light, from the flame? I would love to hear. What did it teach you? Oh, interesting. You guys were seeing some masquerade vibes, both of you. Very interesting. Just pure peace. It felt clearing, softening, warmth from my Muladhara rising up to the Anya. Yeah, I felt that too for sure, Tabitha. Tranquilo. When I'd breathe, I'd watch the flame breathe with me. Yeah, yeah. And also when I closed my eyes, I'd see the violet flame in the center of my mind's eye. Like when you close your eyes after looking at something bright, you see it in your eyes. But I saw the flame in my third eye when I closed them. Super cool. It taught me how connected to the elements we are at all times. I love that takeaway. Love that takeaway. To dance and be ready to move when ready. Ooh, very poetic. Actually sounds like the seed of a poem waiting to be written. Just peace and joy, for it was vibing so well. To walk the medicine path and heal, just like the disciples of Jesus did. Beautiful. Dang, look at the flames going off right now. The flame was steady for most of the meditation, then would dance wildly for a moment and return to peace. Yeah. Beautiful, guys. I love this. Oh, you're actually having one. Maybe you're supposed to be there. Maybe you are supposed to be there. Yeah, I mean, Jesus practiced all of these things. He spent over a decade in India, Nepal, and Tibet learning the Dharmic ways of enlightenment and then bringing them back. I have a whole class on that, by the way, here in the portal. I think it's in the archive still here. Jesus' Lost Years in India is the title. Well, thank you guys. This was so lovely. It felt so grounding and so warm and soft. It was beautiful. So I really hope that this inner light really guides you guys today and the rest of the week. And really appreciate you practicing here. And just know this is something you can do all the time. You can have this as part of your routine. You can do this whenever you feel called to connect these elements in yourself deeper. Whenever you want to cleanse your eyes, your vision, your clarity. So now you got another practice in your tool belt. I hope it was insightful for you. And yeah, thanks so much for being here, guys. Really enjoyed this space. I could really feel everybody's presence very deeply, you know? Felt like everybody was really here. So that was lovely.
Thank you for letting me use your flame. It was like centered in the middle of you, and I felt like you were a goddess walking me home or something. It was like, yeah, it was beautiful.
Aw, I'm glad we got to share that. That's so sweet. Love you all, guys, and see you all in the next classes this week. We got Thursday class for the portal with Lauren and Sunday with Savvy, per usual, per the new schedule. So see you all in the rest of our classes and have a beautiful rest of your week, guys. Bye.